What's up there, Misfit? Welcome to Pages of Ascension. Of course, welcome back if you've been hanging out with me for a little bit. Okay, so this is the Shadowscope for the sign of Sagittarius. Alright, so little disclaimer before we get started. So because these are shadow readings, if you will, sometimes themes can come up that are sensitive, or in nature, adult themes in nature, and sometimes the topics can come up that are also triggering. Okay, so if you are not currently in a place emotionally or mentally to hear or potentially hear a message like that, I would suggest saving this reading for another time. Okay, these can be found, or this reading can be found in the Sagittarius playlist on my channel. Okay, so it'll be there for you whenever you're ready. All right, so with that said, let's go over a little bit of fine print, shall we? So Sag. I am an adult. I do use adult language, okay? So if that is something that you're not comfortable with, this is a good time to exit stage left. No hard feelings, just means I'm probably not the reader for you, okay? I'm sure with a little bit of searching, you can find someone on YouTube who uses the language that you prefer, okay? Additionally, as far as pronouns are concerned, please go with which you resonate as, okay? This is an inclusive channel. And last but not least, if you are looking for a personal reading, you can head to that website at the bottom of your screen. It'll take you to POACreator.com. Go ahead and poke around there, see if anything interests you. I also do want to mention that I do specifically have a reading. Did something flip? Okay. I do specifically have a reading for the Dark Night. Okay, and those readings can also apply to those who are doing shadow work as well. Okay, so go ahead and check that out and see if that's something that interests you and you would like a more personalized reading. Okay, so we just got to get one more card out. Let's go ahead and get this party started. Jesus. Okay, Sag, we've got some major changes on the board here for you. Okay, I feel like for some of you there is an ending that you've been trying to manifest, possibly with a feminine energy, and it's looking like you might get your wish just so far with what's on the board. Okay, the one thing I want to say is you have nothing but majors on the board right now, so that is, there's some major stuff going on for you during this shadow season. Okay, so let's go ahead and look into what your theme or topic is for this reading, which is emotions, and that's very fitting for what I'm seeing. Okay, so something about the emotional exchange between you and this feminine energy, I feel, has reached some kind of an apex. Okay, and yeah, you're looking for, and this feels more like an ending than a new beginning. Either way, judgment has been called. Okay, the divine is definitely stepping in this instance to make some changes happen for you. Okay, so let me show you the cards that we've got. You got the Magician, the World, and Judgment. Bottom of the deck, you've got the Empress. Okay, so yeah, there's not even much more I can say on that, other than this is something that you are hoping for, and into something with a feminine energy. Now, I don't necessarily know that this is partnership in nature, although the Empress does tend to represent a mother figure. Okay, but let's see what we've got. Okay, get some clarifiers out for you with the kit. All right, can I get a couple cards for the Magician, please? Can you tell me more about the Magician? message of concern and despair. So, interestingly enough, for some of you, the ending that you're seeking to some type of Empress energy is work related. So I don't know if this is someone that you are working with, someone that you've previously worked with, or it could be a partner that you just don't want them working, so you're trying to make an ending happen with their job so that they don't have to. Okay, that seems a little shadowy. Let's just keep it real. Let's see what else that we've got, because this is already kind of a strange energy. I certainly hope this is not you trying to attack someone, because energetically speaking, okay, because if that is the case, with Judgment peering out here, I do not feel like that's going to reflect well on you at the end of all of this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely partnership related. So the cards you got underneath the World are Courtship and Pathway. Okay. So, being that the World is here, this is someone that you've been with for a really long time, I feel like. Okay. It's possible that this is the mother of your children, or someone you would like to be the mother of your children. And, there's definitely some type of ending taking place here. Now, it's tricky because the World can symbolize endings, but it can also symbolize new beginnings. So this could be a situation where the two of you are trying to reacquaint yourselves with the emotions that you have for each other, the feelings that you have for each other, almost as a renewal. Okay, so we've got two sides of the same coin here. All right, I don't like that message of concern and despair is popping out in the very first pile here under the Magician, because that speaks to manipulation for me, and not in a good way. And yes, I know that manipulation is manipulation for manipulation's sake, okay? But there can be good and bad intentions associated with that manipulation, and this does not feel very positive. So, it almost feels like trying to sabotage someone's job. Or someone's business even. That's what this is feeling like. Now, oh no, really? Let me get this last card out and see if this is backing up what I'm thinking, because I'm feeling like for some of you, if you have been trying to affect someone's job, affect someone's business, the kickback is going to be an end to a partnership for you. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So landing under Judgment is unexpected income and change. Okay. Now, here's the thing about this. While the change that's happening due to unexpected income may not necessarily be a good thing, and this is probably the first time that I've gotten this in a reading, okay, Sag, but when Judgment is being called, that's Gabriel blowing his horn, literally passing judgment on the quote-unquote sinners that are on the planet, people in meat suits, humans, okay? And there's that whole idea of I don't know why the story of the rapture is coming to me about this, but It's that idea of the rapture. The horn blows and then the rapture occurs. And those who have been in the right, who have been, let's just say rocking in the highest vibration possible, those are the people who ascend or they go up with the rapture, right? And those who have been rocking a lower vibration are stuck here on earth as earth becomes hell on earth in the last days of judgment. Okay? The twist in this that I'm seeing for this situation is the rapture is financial in nature. Okay, in this. So to go back through that example, Gabriel blows his horn. Those that are rocking in that higher vibration will have that unexpected income and changes, good changes, positive changes coming to them, okay? And then at the bottom of the deck, as I'm seeing here, the false person or false people, those who are rocking at a lower vibration, those who are trying to directly sabotage someone else, will have the opposite effect. They may lose income and have changes occur in their life as a result. It's really weird. I have not gotten that before, but that is what's coming to me, okay? It's a little trippy. So for some of you, if what you have been doing is actively trying to sabotage someone, the kickback on this is the loss of a partnership. Okay? Now, as a side note, in a potential other story, it could be this Empress energy. These are both bottom of the deck, mind you, okay? Who is this false person? Alright. And they have been subtly trying to manipulate you. Alright? In which you're going to get a message showing this or telling you this. It'll be evident in, I would say, your work life, most likely, on how that goes. The message of concern can also be a pink slip for me. Okay? You could see some effects in your relationship. Again, it's not dissolution, but it's not renewal of a partnership that I'm seeing here. But there is a change that I am seeing in a long-term partnership, okay? As a result of the manipulation of this Empress, if this is flipped for you, okay? And the judgment that's called in that case, if this is this Empress who is a false person, then your income is going to change for the better, okay? So I'm not sure which side of the coin that you're on, Sag, and I'm not passing judgment here because we all have our lessons to learn, you know what I mean? So we do the things that we do, and things are kind of put in our way in order for us to learn certain lessons, okay? So regardless of what side of the coin you fall on here, this one is yours, all right? Please don't get mad. I'm just talking about what I see, okay? Just telling you what I see. So, yeah, let's move on. So, where this puts you on your path of ascension. Interesting. Okay, so it says never a crowd on the leading edge. Honor those who honor you. All right, so for some of you, part of your shadow work is to learn to follow your emotions, okay? To give to those who give to you. Learning to not to overgive is kind of what it feels like, all right? This card talks a lot about, like, being an individual, being a leader in your own right. And Sag, that's the sign that you're in. You're the sage. If nothing else, you tend to have spiritual wisdom that is supposed to be passed along and shared among the masses, okay? Because naturally with your particular zodiac sign, you are a leader in some way, okay? So for some of you, this is almost saying that you need to step into leadership. Follow your emotions on where you're investing your time and step into that path of leadership, okay? Interesting. Yeah. You've got 9s and 3s in this particular reading, quite a bit. Okay, so the suggested shadow work for you, Sag, is Parasite. Jesus, okay. And this is again talking about honor those who honor you. So I'm feeling like, Sagittarius, there's some people in your life who are basically energy vampires, okay? They're passing themselves off as friends. They're passing themselves off as people who are woke to whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you're trying to do, whatever work that you're in, but they're secretly trying to sabotage the fuck out of you, okay? And that's interesting because I feel like something very similar came up in your regular reading, okay? It was called Snake in the Grass. If you have not seen that, please go watch that video. I do think there's going to be some very telling information in there for you, okay? But the fact that this particular energy of that snake in the grass is just kind of making its way into your shadow reading, it's very concerning for me, because this is someone who quite literally has it out for you, okay? So with that said, and again, it's a general reading, so, you know, people either side of the coin, okay? But based on this Parasite card coming out, I do feel like this is more of a scenario where this Empress is a false person and they're trying to sabotage you. Okay? And the result is going to be unexpected income and great changes for you. And if I'm not mistaken, I swear these same cards came out in that regular reading for you, if they did not come out together, okay? So the storyline seems to be continuing for you, Sag. And that's very telling in and of itself. So this particular shadow season, it's about listening to your intuition, listening to the gut brain, okay, that tells you when you need to let certain people go. All right. Learning to honor yourself. You know, learning to invest in the people who invest in you. All right. But yeah, this is someone who is actively trying to manipulate things for you. I mean, literally, they're trying to fuck with your money and your family. And Sag, I don't know about y'all. I have heavy Sag in my chart, all right? But I don't know about y'all. I let a lot of stuff go till people fuck with my money or they fuck with my family. Either one of those, all bets are off. Okay? If you want to mess with one of those. So, do what you gotta do, Sag. But I would suggest some cleansing, definitely some protection work, and doing an inventory of the people who are currently around you, because everybody is not for your highest good. Okay? I'm very concerned that this same storyline is continuing in your shadow reading. But what it tells me, especially with all these majors being here, is that this is a major turning point for you. Okay, a major turning point. We're at the end of a cycle for sure here with Judgment in the World and the Magician popping up. Okay, we're definitely at the end of a cycle for you. But this is big. Okay, this is going to be one of those periods of time in your life where it's going to be very memorable. You know how when you think back so many years about major occurrences, like the things that the time markers in life of the major things that have happened, this is going to be one of those markers in time for you. Okay? Okay. Let's look at this Parasite card a little bit closer. So the phase of the moon that it represents is the waxing crescent, okay? And the stage that it represents is depression. All right, so it says, oh my God, and my left eye is going fucking crazy right now. So for those of you who are not familiar, we have a lot of these like little old wives' tales in my family. All right, so it's like when the right eye is jumping, something's going to make you extremely happy. You're going to be over the moon, right? And when the left eye is going, something's about to make your blood boil. Okay? And let me tell you, doing your reading, like it started earlier this morning. Actually, it started yesterday, but early this morning, it's just been going and going and going. And, you know, doing its usual, like, thing when that happens, but there has been an uptick in doing your reading. So, Sag. Let me just read this, okay? So it says, when the only answer to lack of self-efficiency is to cling to another one. I'm going to actually read this out of the book because I think this is going to be important for you. So the overall summed up sentence for this, it says, what can't survive alone will seek company, but instead of growing together, they will wither together. Okay. So that almost speaks of like codependent relationships. Now, codependent relationships are not just restricted to partnerships. Okay. It can be friendships. It can be family. Okay. And to some degree, it can even be employment or an employer. Okay. Codependence is not healthy. On this channel, the Misfits, we like interdependence, right? Okay, so here's going dark on this. It says relationships are not a zero-sum game. Of course, using each other is part of the game, but it's quite different when use take the shape of supporting rather than manipulating or exploiting. That's this magician energy, okay? In the long run, a good relationship is a win-win, where the more I give, the more I get, and the other way around. There's the codependence, okay? Still, it's not always like this, isn't it? Not just in bad relationships. In the short run, bad is bound to happen, even in the house of true love. We cling, we bite, we hunger for safety and freedom and support. And on the other side, we get mangled, bitten, demanded on. Well, it happens. It happened, and it will happen again. It is part of the game, but if it happens too often, it creates a toxic environment. It doesn't matter if we are the victim or the perpetrator, as poison is shared equally. One gets the pain, another gets the advantage, but the toxic part, they both get. Fully, a parasite, a leech, kills itself as much as it kills its host. It sacrifices the journey to the destination, and then the destination to its own failures. The only problem is not living as sheeps, but the true problem is living as a sheep for 100 years. Okay. Sag, I'm concerned. Okay, I'm really concerned. There is someone in your environment, who they're an energy vampire. Okay. And again, I have to say it just because this is a general reading. Sag, some of you could be that energy vampire and not necessarily realize that that's what you're doing. Not necessarily realizing that your intents and your motives in being involved with a certain person isn't for the highest of reasons. Okay. And it could be bringing toxicity into that particular relationship, okay? Relationships are more than just romantic. They can be friends, they can be family, they can be employers, random people you meet. It can be the relationship with your pet, okay? Understand what I'm saying here. Either way, false person here is at the forefront, and with the Empress popping up underneath your deck, I feel like this is a feminine energy specifically. It's likely someone who has children, okay? At least one. Yeah. I don't like this. This person doesn't honor you. They take. Okay, so we're getting up on time, so I'm going to go ahead and look at your timing cards. And let's see what comes out for you. So the purpose of the timing cards is to look at if you started this work today, okay, and this is basically taking an anti-parasitic, I feel like, for you, either for yourself or to get rid of people who are energy vampires, okay? So if you were to start this work today, whenever you watch this video this month, we want to look at when you can start to see some results of that work, okay? interesting. So, timing is not really coming through. That's interesting. We've got the Leo full moon at the bottom of the deck, and it says don't let pride in your way. And for whatever reason, and I normally don't get this, like the Empress can be somewhat of a neutral card for me in who it represents, but I'm getting heavy Leo. Okay, so I don't know if this Empress is a Leo that you're dealing with. It's that and the red. And see, that's really weird because normally when I see red, I see Aries. Okay, like, hey, what's up, right? But I'm just not getting that. I'm not getting that energy at all from this. It's really odd. Like, this is probably the first time that's ever happened. For some of you, this is probably a Leo. Or they've got Leo somewhere highly aspected in their chart. Okay, so the timing that we've got for you is North Node. It says step out of your comfort zone. So I don't know what your North Node is, Sag, but whenever something, I would say look at the transits going through your North Node specifically, okay? And that's going to give you an idea of timing. I do feel like we're at the end of a cycle for you, again, based on the world and the judgment being here, but this has something to do with your North Node. It could be that this person doesn't want to see you grow as a person. They don't want to see you expand. So therefore, they're trying to keep you in a comfort zone that you have created for yourself. Okay? Good Lord. I could go on and on with this, but we're going to go ahead and call it here. Okay, Sag? So, I hope that this reading helped. I sincerely do. And if it did, please like the video and share. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe because there are more readings coming out, okay? And with that, your peace literally is your power, Sag, okay? And I'll see you next time. Bye.